Bookies. We
Wow,
here.
so much to talk about.
Yes.
Now that I'm actually sitting here, I'm like, oh my God, we are back, aren't we?
We really back. We did that.
We've been saying that for so
Right.
long. Here we are.
We're back, y'all. So, if you notice on all our pages now, we are no longer Mommy Magic and Me. We got a lot to talk about podcast. So,
Lots to talk about.
We're lots to talk about. And the thing is, we're still mothers. We still got that magic. We still ourselves. However, we don't want to limit ourselves. We got way more to discuss, a bunch of things that we can be talking about to not only just to discuss between us, but to help change and make a big statement on the world. Like, we got to work with our community and do what we need to do.
That's a fact.
So, what's been going on, girl?
Girl, I was watching the America's Next Top Model. What was it?
The documentary.
The documentary.
Yeah.
Being a girl that has grew up on that, and watching it now, with fresh eyes and being a mother, being a elder, in my energy compared to the way that I was when I was watching it, with fresh eyes, I realized how terrible that whole thing was, what we were comparing ourselves to as young women. That really had me twisted, and all the things that are going on then could not stand today.
Heck no.
The whole situation with Tyra, I grew up a Tyra lover because, she was the first black supermodel. In my eyes, I was
other than
wow.
Naomi, it was
Naomi, I never liked Naomi. I was never a Naomi girl because she gave Mean Girl.
Yes.
But as an adult, I will say this, and I don't mess with either of them now, but what I will say is this: at least Naomi's mean and she's honest about it.
Yeah.
Tyra, girl, why are you so mean? I want to know why you were so mean. And you know what? I shouldn't say I want to know, because I do know. Mm-hmm. I do know. I see why you were so mean. It's because people have been mean to you, and that. By the way she was treated, she has been bullied, in the industry. Yeah, she's doing it now, to others, but she presented herself as the nice girl. And I really believe that. Believe that. And watching it back now, I'm like, dang, she was mean.
She was messed. When you really think about it, even the breakdown of you heard how they was you tell Tyra something personal and then
she uses it against you. That was nasty.
I remember that episode with that girl, they didn't show it, which I really wish they did, but I guess some people just didn't want to do it no more. Mm-hmm. But when that girl said her friend died and they put them in a casket,
oh yeah,
that was bad.
Terrible.
That was really, really bad. And even down to how they did play certain women, like Kenya. Kenya was not chunky at all. And they're she's eating and she's eating. And I remember that.
And they made it seem like she just couldn't stop herself.
Yeah.
And they made, all the black girls on that show, they never really supported them through that show for being black.
No, they didn't.
Eva did, I think. Out of all of them, I think Eva got the most support, personally, if you look back on it. But I remember, with Yaya, they was, telling her, she's too African.
Yes,
and all that.
Rough.
And, I love me some Yaya. Yaya is my favorite.
And with that season, they had a lot of black women on it that was, remember Takara?
Takara was beautiful.
They had so many of them. And then, the fact that they had 2 black women come to the finals, they were both different in their own ways, too. And either way, they both were beautiful. Mm-hmm. And you're right, they didn't support y'all. They shouldn't have even said that. And the thing was, remember that part when they did say it and Tyra did, they made it look like Tyra didn't go against it? I wish they would have just, spoke up more about it, because That was she said what she said. It was a cheap cloth. Like y'all can't keep using generic. We're no longer doing with the generic and what they say we should be using. You
That's a
know,
fact.
like that's not right. And I definitely it was even interesting because it's like they also still fall on the producers, the behind the scenes, where the big boss is.
Yeah, and they just kept passing the torch of
Yeah.
like who was wrong. And you know what I didn't like about it, and I just being a person that sees in spirit very deeply, I just see such evil in Tyra now. Like evil, and like that's just my opinion.
That's my opinion.
You could disagree. I'm not trying to,
It is what
chop
it is.
anybody down.
Word. It is
but
what it is.
I see her as being such an evil spirited person, and I never felt that way. I never felt that way when I was watching the show firsthand.
Mm-hmm.
But it also shows my growth as a woman,
Yeah.
because I remember being like, "Oh, that's okay," like, and agreeing at that
Yeah.
time, because those things were culture that So I do understand, at a point that there is, growth, and
Yeah.
when you know better, you do better, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is what I see so much, and it breaks my heart, is that there's, young women watching that show thinking that behavior was okay.
Exactly.
And I remember being that young woman, and I watched that show with my mom and my sister, and we would all the three of us would watch that show together, and we would be like, yeah, Tyra's right, and she shouldn't do this, and
like with the Tiffany situation,
right.
like we really,
yes.
And the crazy
Exactly.
thing was with that Tiffany situation, and now being an adult, like you can't listen. If she felt like she just didn't like, that's a big deal. Like especially for me, like I'm from the hood, okay, I'm from the hood. And people don't understand how, like, I didn't go nothing like Tiffany, but people don't understand what you really go through, the self-doubts, and how, like, even like, so most of the time the self-doubt don't come from within you. It's because you've been to school. Like I had teachers saying the most craziest things about me, and it was hurtful to the point where I would be scared to even speak up, to even believe in myself, because they were being very mean and nasty. And these are grown black, it's funny, all my teachers were grown black women, and they made me feel down about myself. I had one teacher told this girl, like, just told us in general, if your neck is black, that means you ain't scrubbing hard enough. But don't realize that people actually have skin issues, health issues.
Yeah, diabetes.
Yeah.
That's like a sign of
diabetes.
yeah,
Even my actual
onset
doctor
diabetes.
told me that. So it's like, for you to even say that to children, and not even like high school, this was middle school. You're like, that's really mean and nasty,
Yeah.
But I say all that because it's like, yo, we sat there and we dealt with that. But looking at that Tiffany situation, and then now to know that she said even worse, like, in the fact that everybody's like, we don't want to say what she really said. That means you went too hard for no reason.
Yeah, that must have been so ugly, because
And
for everybody to say that they didn't want to say
even the Jays, and Nigel, they would have threw her under the bus. Like, they was already like, we done with her.
But the clip of Tyra's face, I'll tell you, that clip of Tyra's face where she's like smirks at, like, in that documentary, you know what I'm talking about? I'm like, ooh, she a shapeshifter.
Yeah.
Like, she acts like she's nice, but she's so hurt and fundamentally broken
Because of what
in
she
there,
went through.
because of what she went through. And you know what? I feel for her, because the thing is like, the broken people, sometimes they will their best to break others, to bring others into the fold. And then there's people that are broken that try to build up other people because they know exactly what that feels like to be broken. Tyra is definitely in the former, because of the fact that she happens to be somebody that has been broken down so deeply that she has this experience of, like, just being negative. Like, it's just like she's very negative, very performative, and it just made me really sad to watch that whole thing again, and then the whole. Let's get into the assault, the essay assault thing that with that girl Shandy.
That and Kenya too. All like they're bugging. They should have never.
Absolutely, they basically created that dynamic. They created an unsafe experience and environment. And Kenya too, because Kenya was.
And she said something about it.
She said something. They downplayed it, but like with Shandy, that was ugly. That was ugly. And you know what? Like, I don't know. Because I look at everything. I look at
the whole dynamic of it.
What I see, what made me sad is like everybody kind of looked the same, to an extent. But if I saw that Shandy walking down the street, I would not know that was the Shandy that was on the show.
That was a completely different woman.
But that's what trauma does to you. This woman was traumatized on national television.
Yeah.
Not national, international television because
it was everywhere.
Yeah, it was everywhere. She was young. She was on TV. She was essayed on TV because you know what? If you happen to be somebody that cannot consent because you are inebriated, you cannot consent. So that is assault. That is that's being taken advantage of.
Yeah.
And I really felt for her in that experience because that has happened to every woman I've known. Mm-hmm. Every single woman I've known has had some form of essay experience based off of something like that.
Yeah.
Every single one of them. And myself included. And these things are not addressed in, life.
They're not. It's just brushed aside.
Right, just brushed aside. And then you look at this woman, she looks completely different.
And she was, like, Shandy was, like, not saying it in a bad way, but she was really thin.
Yeah.
And now, even the way she dresses, the way she just looks completely I would never notice her.
Because she had to reinvent herself.
Yeah.
And, like, to me, I feel like she definitely still holds the trauma, but I do feel that she has experience, like she to me looks like she's lifting herself out of the heaviness that has experienced. She's had the experience, but what I see is
it's sad.
It really broke my heart. And then everybody's like, yeah, that shouldn't have happened.
No, but
like, what?
No, exactly.
What?
And then it's the fact that they molded it to something else. Because growing up, I remember that I was like, "Oh my gosh, she cheated on her boyfriend,"
and that's even worse, thing, right? But like nobody talks about the fact that they made that happen. They gave them alcohol. They were barely legal. These women, they were barely legal. Mm-hmm. Like being 21, 20. Like that's just legal.
Yeah, that's just legal.
And
then they're not eating either.
No, they're not eating. They're not, taking care of themselves. They're drinking. They're under pressure. They're away from their families. Like, I think that reality TV is so toxic. I do. I think it's so toxic.
It does become very toxic.
But that specific episode, that was so disgusting. Yeah. Looking at it now with different eyes, like being a mother myself. God forbid, something like that were to happen to my daughter,
and then they forcing her to have this phone call, like all these intimate moments.
And they wouldn't let her have it before, but they were like, okay, now we'll let you have it. Like what?
That's
It's just it's terrible. What
and it's sad, and they always try to use the whole. Well, the fans want it. No, we did not listen. Right. You did not hear everybody call up and say that. Okay. You cannot keep hiding behind the fans. Just admit you wanted good TV. You know it get ratings, okay? And you got to own up to it. Like, and that's something that I feel like, just in general, especially in like entertainment industry, beauty industry, like really own up to it. Like own up to everything that you do. And also now that also teaches us to just be really mindful, especially when you're going into certain industries. Because like me right now, I'm definitely in the beauty industry, and I'm already seen a lot of stuff, and I watch and I pay attention, and I follow all the fashion designers, the shows, the red carpets and all that. And I pay attention to what people say, and it's like, not for nothing, it is an ugly industry. Like, you got to be a certain look, certain color. You can't be too this, or you won't get that. Like, it's very toxic. It's no different. Like, the fashion, beauty industry is no different than the music industry.
Right.
But I will say is, what I do like to see lately is people are taking accountability. Like, not everybody, clearly, but some have. Because I just seen a clip about Laura Roach saying he's a stylist, a well-known celebrity stylist, and he basically shared how he used to dress Monica, Brandy, and he did all this. And he said, somebody said something to him like, you won't never really get that far if you keep doing this. So he said, I'm no longer dressing black women. And he said he really wished he would have never did that. And he openly, he said he wished he never did it. He was like, I would never do that again. Like, that was horrible. He said, I really get upset myself. And like,
As he should.
Yeah,
as
like he said
because
it.
you know what? Black women, all the black women out there, we start everything and we get shit on the most.
And he said that, yeah. And
everything and we get shit on the most.
Yeah, all the time. And he said it was the pressure. And that's the thing. And I'm noticing that about everybody. They let that pressure
make diamonds, baby. Let the pressure.
Let the pressure get you, because the whole thing is, but that's something I hear everywhere. Music industry, you know, the pressure. Man, don't, like I told my brother recently, you control your own life. You control your own narrative. Nobody else. And I don't want to hear, I'll get blackballed. Dub. You will find a way. Stop trusting in people that's higher above to make you something. Because that's not who make you something, Buki. No, never.
Not that.
Right. And that documentary was definitely interesting.
Speaking of the Oscars, though, did you see that my boy Michael B. Jordan won for Best Actor?
I'm proud of that. I was doing a thing.
Like, Sinners, my favorite movie.
It was too.
I'm so happy that they won what they won. I will say though, they deserve Best Picture, not just Best Screenplay. They deserve Best Picture.
Yeah.
Because one battle after the other. You ever see that movie?
I didn't watch that movie. It was good.
So no, it was not good. I mean, so let me tell you about one battle after the other, because I mean, it was not terrible. I won't be like, oh, it's terrible. But what I will say is this: I didn't like it. And I do like all Leonardo DiCaprio movies. I do. That's my white boy. You know, like I do. You know, for the most part, because he's cool as an actor, right? However, I did not like the movie because Tiana Taylor, she badass. Like, I love Tiana Taylor. She's cool. But I didn't like what they did with her character, and they made her this like black honeypot. Like, you know, where these white men were like obsessed with her and objectifying her. And I did not like that. I didn't like that. They were like obsessed with her, essentially. Like, and she played into it. She was like, oh, you like black girls, da 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 da. Like, to these white men, like, ill.
Yeah, because
like,
it's like,
don't do that.
Because that's part of history with us.
That's history, right?
Yeah.
And then like, the movie essentially was, you know, Leonardo DiCaprio and this girl were like revolutionaries. Like, he was like really supportive of like black women and stuff like that. But like, she had a baby, you know, she doesn't want the baby because she feels like she needs to do something else with her life. And she feels also very like, she was basically essentially going through postpartum depression, right? And she leaves the baby with him, you know, like after getting in trouble and going on the run or whatever. She you know.
Why we gotta be going on the run as black women?
Right,
like,
that's what I'm saying. And then he's raising the baby. The baby don't end up being his. Like,
wait, talk about
the baby don't end up being his. He doesn't really know that because the baby is some other white dude's. Like, and
so they basically portraying once again black women just don't know who they baby. Yeah, I'm over.
Right,
that.
I'm over. I was over
that.
it. I mean, I get what they was trying to do with the film, right? I do, But I didn't like those tropes. Like
We're bigger than that
right.
now.
We're bigger than that. We can
We've been
expand
bigger
so
than
much
that.
deeper into those things. And you know, that movie was not for me. I do like Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn. He was a good actor too in that movie. But that did not deserve Best Picture at all.
No.
Like, it did not deserve Best Picture at all. Sinners deserve the Best Picture. I went to see that shit 3 times in the theater. 3 times. I was like, I went with my daughter twice. I went with myself once. I loved the movie. I loved everything about the movie. And Michael B. Jordan, the fact of the matter is, this man is so talented that he played 2 characters that looked identical to each other, but you could tell them apart.
Yeah, you can.
Their energy, everything.
That's
like
huge when it comes to acting.
And I saw this interview with Wumi Masaki.
Oh yeah, when she
how do you pronounce her name? I don't want to butcher it. You know who I'm talking.
Yeah.
Annie.
We're not gonna do that.
Yeah. From Sinners.
She talked about the dimple, right?
Yeah, she was saying like he, you know, one of them had a dimple, the other one didn't.
That's
you know,
huge.
like that is just such technique when it comes to acting.
Like that's real technique.
Powerful and fine too. He's so good to look at. He is so handsome.
And he is.
He is. He's very good looking. But like what I love to see is that he's also not, you know, like so poured into Hollywood so deeply.
Yes.
In the way that like he brings his family, his mother is very much a part of like his storyline, like his personal identity, and he brings her to the red carpets and, you know, all that. Like I love that. Ryan Coogler and his wife, the way that he be bigging his wife up. He definitely loving on his wife so much. Every single time that he wins, she wins, and he puts her out there. Like I love that. We need more of that.
We definitely
need more of that.
And Sinners was really good, and also because he didn't just keep it as just African black people.
No,
he really incorporated everyone, and that's what matters. That's how you tell a story. Like, you don't just incorporate us and then one person has this more superior role while the other one is inferior. No, that's how you bring, if everybody like, oh, we got to be all together, that's how you do it. And also by showing each person, like he had an Asian, he had white, like he really showed up. And even with that dance scene, oh my God.
Yeah, the Pierce the Veil scene where like there was
so
each
much
generation came through and they all came and were in support of him, ancestors and the future. That is how spirituality works. You know, like you are partying, and when you connect to your ancestors, you're also connecting to your descendants, those that haven't even been born yet. So that was such a powerful scene. Like I get goosebumps every time I think about it. And being somebody whose family, and your family too, but like our families tie back to Mississippi.
Yeah.
And that era of Mississippi was so accurate because of the fact that there were Chinese people that were just amongst the blacks, and they spoke like black folks too. Like they didn't have necessarily Chinese accents. You can go to Mississippi in those areas today and still find people that are connected, you know, their transplants just as deeply. Also, there's you know, the Irish, that they have, you know, their experiences there too. And everything was tied in so well. And you know, even to the point where like I really liked what they did with the Chinese, because they showed that they were in the middle of whites and blacks, because you know, the husband had one store on one side of the street catering to the blacks, and the wife had another store on the other side catering to the whites, and they could easily walk back and forth and that was powerful. That's powerful to see, you know, like, and see that they are not white, but they could party with the black folks, you know. And that just also shows how accepting we are as a
Yeah,
people,
very
because
accepting.
we had in that movie, we had the Asians at the party, we had white Mary that want to start all that shit. she
She was a
she had me
mess.
so mad that whole movie. I was like, girl, it's all your fault. It's all your fault.
She said, I didn't ask you for this. Girl, just go on. Go on. See, that's that sign though. You know that's that sign. But yeah,
for real,
no,
I love
was,
that movie though, and
yeah.
I'm so happy that they took home. So Michael B. Jordan got Best Actor. There was Best Screenplay,
And
best cinematography, and Best Music. I think.
Yeah, the best score.
Best
Yes.
score too. Yeah, so they
They
definitely
did their thing.
they didn't sweep like they should have, and they needed to, and they should have, and
Yeah.
they should have they should absolutely got that.
Yeah, it's
They
been
should've-
talked about
Yes.
literally.
And who's nobody went and seen that movie One Battle After the Other
No, I ain't see it.
several times in the theater.
No.
I watched it 1.5 times on Amazon. I didn't go to the theater for that. I don't even know if it was even in the theater. Was it even in the theater?
What, that? I don't even know.
I don't
think
even
it was.
think it
I don't know.
was.
It wasn't? I haven't watched it. I ain't gonna front.
It was not that
Like,
good.
it's
it was
not
not that
no,
good.
I'm at that point. Like, movies right now, you gotta really capture me to be like, I wanna watch a movie.
Sinners was so good.
But definitely Sinners was
I was
really
watching
good.
it again today.
I was thinking about watching it again,
I
too.
watched
I
it
really
again
was
today.
ready
I was
to.
like,
It was good. Like, every time I see a clip, and just even like the work that they put into it. Like, cause I'm big on looking at the costumes. The makeup and how even down to the contacts of how like that is real quality work. Like, you can't get that often. Everything want to be CGI and all. No, they put in the work. So
you know what I will say though. Now, y'all heard how much I praise Sinners, right? I praise Sinners so much, but I did not like in Sinners the fact that they mixed voodoo and hoodoo together.
it's two different
I
things.
didn't like that.
can't do
I didn't
that.
like that. I didn't think that it was really. I didn't think that
you gotta
was.
be mindful when it
Yes.
comes to putting like educational. It's very like you gotta be
Yes.
mindful of what you're teaching because some people don't know the difference at all.
Yeah.
Like, and the thing is, like, growing up, I didn't know the difference, but now I know because I've been schooled properly. Okay. Yeah. So
Voodoo and hoodoo are completely, totally different practices. Voodoo is not hoodoo.
Yeah.
Hoodoo is American. And I can't say it loud enough. I want to scream it from a mountaintop. It's American. It's Black American.
Yeah.
Like magic and folklore
yeah.
and what we have created here on this soil.
Yeah.
I get really like turned up about it because when I watched it, I was like so excited for that scene, like the hoodoo aspect of it, right? And she says, Ashe, and Ashe is not hoodoo. Ashe is African, and African folklore, right? It's like that is something that you would say in like Ifa or Yoruba or voodoo. It's like they're different, but you would say amen.
Amen.
You would say amen.
That's it.
Like because of the experiences that we have had here. We have learned, the Bible and things like that. Like it is done based off of that. That's my personal experience.
But
in my personal
it makes sense because, like, for me, right? Like we talked before, I haven't really gotten that spiritual aspect, or I can't even remember a lot of it. But I've always been taught the Bible. And I will say, like, my grandfather's side was down from like you said, from Mississippi, especially actually Clarksdale itself.
Yeah, right
that's
there.
even crazier.
Right.
And but also my father's side, that they all come from down south. So it's like we know the Bible. Everybody somehow is a part of the church. Like my great grandfather was a deacon and stuff. So like that's what I know. However, as I started working with spirituality, certain things you just feel like I should not be messing with this. Like certain images be like, don't you do that, girl. Don't you touch that. Cause it's like you just gotta have like you just gotta know about it. Just know like, yeah, this is not something like, like I know my grandmother is like she was born, she's half Puerto Rican, but you don't see me doing anything like Santeria or anything. I don't. Nope. Like I wouldn't even step in up on there and go, nope. I swear, y'all, I'd never step. It's something about them statues be stressing me out. It's something about the statues. Even my oldest son's father, when I used to come in his crib, his mom got the Jesus picture with the eyes going up and down. I'm like, Lord, I don't want to be here. But it's just, you just know. And it's like, I feel like, yes, you have, like when you're creating work, art, movies, anything, when you're going to put that inside your work, really educate people properly because people will be out here messing around with shit. Next thing you know, boop, boop. Got smacked up like that. You remember that post you put up about that woman talking about she was giving her own shoe? Knowing damn. She knew better though. I don't know why she knew better.
You know what? No,
Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say. She knew better. If y'all know, y'all know. But yeah, girl.
I'm happy with Oscars. I'm happy with the way that things went with that. But I do want to talk about the Oscars though because it is a ritual. Like I really find I didn't watch the Oscars. I always get like
the clips
from the next day because it's very important to not give your energy to everything. You know, like in mass form. So like I'll watch the clips from the next day, but I'm not tuning in with everybody because if you're tuning in with everybody, you're on the same frequency as everybody. So like I'm not trying to be that. Like I'm trying to be in my own frequency and tune. So you know, like when it comes to like the Oscars, the Met Gala, the BAFTA, like all the the Grammys, like I don't tune into those things live. I never tune into them live. I'll always watch the clips afterwards because they harvest energy, like for these things that they serve. Like
I could see that
the industry serves certain spirits and entities. And they have to harvest enough energy to keep those spirits going.
Yeah, I could see that.
And they do rituals, sacrifices, like all these things. So, I'm good on that. I'm good on that.
I don't blame you because that's like when I was younger, I used to watch the VMAs a lot. And the VMAs, I ain't gonna front, that was something, I'm not gonna lie, we would look forward to growing up. Like we would be like, oh my God, the VMAs right before school, no. And we would stay up because we would go the next day and be like, did you see that? Girl, you missed it. Like when Madonna did that with Britney. We was going crazy. Or like the Super Bowl with Janet. Like it was just something to talk about. But now, yeah, I could see that because now I don't even watch the VMA. I don't watch it.
But you see that they charge those events with intention, like to get those things.
Yeah.
And like they always make people turn it, like charge up, and they're like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like all that.
No.
Like, but I say all that to say, like that's why I'm never watching things live. I only watch it after the fact and talk about things after the fact.
Yeah.
Today I'm like, watching the clips. But I gotta celebrate my boy Michael B. Jordan because I do love him. I do.
Yeah,
I love his work,
thing.
and I have followed his career all the way from when he was on The Wire.
I remember from Hardball.
Oh yeah, he was in that. I was a little too old to be watching that. I was not watching that, but I was watching The Wire, and I remember him being a kid in The Wire, and I was grown. I was like, I was grown watching The Wire, and he was a kid on The Wire, and I used to watch it live. So I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, he grew up.
Like I watched this kid grew up.
Yeah, he's been working for a really.
Let me correct myself. So I looked, and we're only 3 years apart. So I thought I was grown. I was really only 3 years old.
Really?
Yeah, he was born in like 1986.
Really?
Yes.
Yo, girl, yo.
Yeah, so I was like,
Join.
so I don't feel creepy now
Yeah.
saying he's young, but he is young. But I
Yeah.
feel like I watched him grow up.
Well, yeah, of course.
Because he looks so young on those shows, and I remember being like, oh, look at that little kid.
Yeah.
And then I seen him in Creed, and I was like, oh, that was a kid.
That was the child.
Seeing him in Black Panther. Oh,
Yeah, Black Panther, he did that. Mm-hmm.
And then, like, Sinners just.
Yeah, that one took the.
Chef's
he
kiss.
did that, and I love how they always still honor Chadwick. Like
I think that that's really a beautiful thing because that shows, brotherhood.
Yes.
Brotherhood.
Mm-hmm.
Delroy Lindo too. Why did I not mention him? Do you know how much I love that guy from Crooklyn?
Yo, Delroy. Every time I think about him, you see that meme of him doing his dance with a little bop.
Yes.
I love seeing him.
From
Oh my
Five
god.
Bloods. I love that movie.
Man.
That was a good movie. You see that?
No, I
Five
didn't.
Bloods.
No, did I? I think I probably did. I gotta check.
It had Chadwick Boseman in it. It was like one of his last movies.
You know what? I definitely did see that. That was really good because they went to Vietnam. That was good. That was a good one. I like that.
I get chills thinking about it because one of the actors in that movie, I can't remember his name, but he had like later said that he thought like Chadwick Boseman was like, acting like very Hollywood because he would get like massages and like.
Oh yeah, I remember I heard about that. Yeah.
He felt such guilt afterwards because he realized after the
what was the real?
He was sick.
Mm-hmm.
And that just shows you never know what people are going through, so you should never judge what people are.
Yeah, just let them be.
And just being.
Yeah.
But yeah, Delroy Lindo played his ass off in that movie. That was a fantastic movie.
Mm-hmm. That really was. That really was. He been working a long time. Like that just goes to show too. Like sometimes, you're like. We know that. That's the thing. I love us because we always know our peoples. Yep. Like we always gonna celebrate our people even when the others don't. You feel me?
And but he was. I was just remembering his role. I liked Delroy Lindo when he was in Malcolm X as West Indian Archie. Mm-hmm. He all the following his career, and you know what? He don't look no different. He don't. He don't. He looked the same. He
do. Yeah.
He aged very well.
Yeah, that's like how we feel about oh my gosh, Morgan Freeman.
He's starting to age.
No, he's starting to age now. He's starting to age now.
He definitely. I mean, as he should. He's like almost 90.
That's the crazy part because it's like, look how long it took though. But yeah, I definitely, I love, he did, I'm proud of them. And I get really happy to see actors and actresses, especially ours, that really put in so much work and they're starting to, they've been getting the recognition for us, but it's different because it's like, sometimes some people feel like it's not enough.
Right.
And I think that's something we just got to be able to accept, we are enough. To be known in your own community is huge.
They say it's black famous, being black famous.
Yeah, listen. Because let me tell you, when you black famous, black people want to show you love crazy.
That's
crazy.
What
That's what we do.
You know who I they call black famous, and I love her, but I think she definitely should be out there more, is Lynn Whitfield. You know Lynn Whitfield?
Girl, that's my
she's
girl,
so beautiful.
Very beautiful.
I seen her. What's that guy's name? He's a singer. He's kind of new.
I'm trying. It's a lot of new ones.
He's Derlin.
Durin Bernard?
Yes.
Yeah, I hope I said your name right. My bad, Bookie.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, he just got a Grammy and he did that run. He was right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
He, what's so funny is they just showed a clip. I saw a clip of him getting interviewed at the same time as Lynn Whitfield, and he was very animated, but blah, 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 being animated self, and that's great. But she's talking, and she's getting annoyed because he's all up in her, and she just turned around. So she's like, you're in my interview, he was like, oh, you know, he's like so embarrassed. But at the same time, like what I saw in that moment is like, you know, he's new and he's like respecting her because she is famous.
Yeah,
you
that's
know, like famous
Woodville. Like
to him, but she's an elder. At the same time, what I also saw was the difference in our generations too, because like he's young.
Yeah.
He's young. Like I think he's like in his 20s. You know,
he's
like
in his 20s,
20s, early 30s,
wow.
maybe.
I thought he was a little older.
Really?
I thought he was maybe like around my age, probably a little older.
You're young though.
I know I'm young,
but you're young, but you got like an old spirit because you know a lot of the older things that I definitely do. But like,
yeah,
technically,
I don't think I would even handle myself on a red carpet like that.
Yeah, right. It's like because you have respect.
Yeah,
but like I just saw that as like very like he could have taken the initiative to like scoot a little bit over, a little bit older, you know, over, you know, like he could have scooted a little bit over to give, you know, her due space.
Yeah.
You know, as elder, and I think that that's lost on this generation. Is
like
respect on. You know,
they don't. There is
like
no
that.
respect on others. Like I don't feel like I feel like the generation feels like they want to be so heard because our generation had to be quiet down. So it's like they want to express themselves and be themselves, and you can. Mm-hmm. However, something that I feel like we should keep going is like just having that respect, understanding space, boundaries, you know, and also when how to really conduct yourself. And it's not like we got to conduct ourselves for a certain group. It's just really about, yo, you're at an award. There's other interviews happening, you know. Yes. I want to hear what she has to say. They want to hear what you have to say. I don't want to overlap, you know.
Right.
And that's it. And you could be excited, you know.
Yeah, because you could see like he's like bumping into her kinda and like just being he's very animated.
Yeah.
He's not my cup of tea. I like his voice, but like his personality, I'm not like for the personalities of like people like that. Like, it feels to me very performative.
Yeah.
You know, like I need a break. You know.
Yeah, because it's like you can have your moments. Like I have my moments. I get a little turned, but then I calm down. Like you gotta have a balance, you know, because that's it. You just need a balance.
And I'm not saying being less you.
No,
don't
be
less
you.
Be you. Just not everybody's gonna.
Yeah, I feel like you just gotta. Yeah, everybody won't align to it, like you said. But I definitely feel like I like to see that everybody is definitely like everybody that needs to shine right now is shining, you know. Even though I keep seeing everybody talk about that older woman. Oh my gosh, I cannot remember this name. Maggie something. Oh my gosh, she did some work. Aunt Amy, I don't know. She won. It was interesting. She's a very older woman. I don't even have another phone to check.
Oh yeah. It was like her first Oscar.
Yeah,
right?
and she's been working for so long.
She's been working for a very long time. She's like in her 70s.
Yeah.
Like late 70s, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, even her, like, I don't know her background story, but it was just nice to see, you know, like.
I mean, everybody should be celebrated.
Yeah, like I'm waiting. You know who I'm really waiting for to get her Oscar? It's Angela Bassett. They gotta stop playing.
They gotta stop playing in her face.
They better stop playing in my one. Listen.
They gotta stop playing in Miss Angela's face.
Been doing what she said. Angela Bassett doesn't. Listen, she been doing her for real for the longest, and it's like, come on, that woman should have been.
There's so many things that she should have got her Oscar on.
Yes, she should have. Definitely should have.
So many.
But yeah.
Does Viola Davis have an Oscar? Does she?
Imagine she don't.
If she don't, does she? Let's look it up. Does she?
You gotta look it up.
I gotta look it up now. Does she? Because she should if she doesn't.
Yo, they better stop playing with us.
Because Viola Davis.
Like hello. At this point, we just need to create our own.
She only has, well, I shouldn't say only because it is something. Mm-hmm. But she did get an Oscar for supporting actress.
Okay.
In her role as Rose in Fences, which
she
needed that. That
role. Like, yo,
Fences was a great movie.
that was good. Me and
Fences.
what you call it? Oh my God, I get to say this now. Me and my husband watched
Oh
it.
yes, your husband.
Right, I can say that now. But we watched that a while ago. That was good. He even enjoyed it.
Mhm.
That was good. Yeah. Does Whoopi Goldberg even have one? I be feeling like they be.
Whoopi Goldberg, I think she does.
I'm about to say, cause I'm like, at this point, they gotta stop playing us. Like, oh,
Yeah, I
like
think they do. I think she does.
that's why I reposted that post I did earlier on my stories, cause
Mhm.
Loretta Devine never lied. Like, what we?
I think she does. I think she's got like an EGOT. Like I think she's
Okay,
like
okay,
EGOT.
that's
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But she been playing roles for a minute too. But yeah, Loretta Devine said
You
it.
know.
Hmm?
Wait, hold on. Actually, winning her first Oscar. Wait. Whoopi Goldberg won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for her role as Oda Mae Brown in 1990 film Ghost and the 63rd Academy Awards in 1991. She was the second black woman to win an Oscar following her 1985 Best Actress nomination. So she didn't get that Oscar. She so
Wait, so she didn't get it?
no, she didn't get the Oscar for Color Purple. She was nominated though.
But
That's wild.
they gave it to her for Ghost.
See, and that's the
That's
thing.
that.
That's
That's
that.
that.
That's the thing. So we see.
Like, don't get me wrong, Ghost was funny.
Ghost was
Molly,
good.
you in danger, girl.
I mean,
like,
that was such a good movie.
Yeah.
It was a good movie. It was very culturally relatable. You know,
Yes.
like because black women, we are very much a portal to spirit. We always connect to spirit. We are very strong in our awareness, our psychic abilities. So I love Whoopi in that movie. She was definitely like great, right? But The Color Purple, that movie was so strong, and if she didn't get that, I cannot believe. I gotta look at it again, but the fact that she didn't get that like the acting in that movie was
That
so
acting was
good,
so good.
so good in that movie. And what I really think about Color Purple is like the acting dynamic. It's very hard to kind of shift into roles like, for example, I'm trying to phrase this the right way. So a white woman could not have played Celie.
No.
But a white woman could have played Oda Mae Brown.
Of course.
It wouldn't have been as good.
No,
but,
it wouldn't have been.
I mean, like.
But I know what you mean. Like, that's the story of, like, that's the whole thing when it comes down to acting in movies. It's about, can you really portray a story to the point that people can really connect, understand it, and feel it.
Right.
And that's the thing, like, Celie could not have been played by nobody else.
No.
As in, like, especially not a white woman, no. That storyline. And then to actually, like, really have us, like, you got to think about it like this. When a kid might be like, that's Celie. You get what I'm saying? Or that's Mr. Like, that's.
Danny Glover has you play a role so good that you haven't come out of that role.
Front.
Like everybody.
I'm not gonna front. I've seen Danny Glover in Lethal Weapon. I've seen him in so many movies, but he's always Mr. He's Mr. to me. And Shook is like, it's just, yeah.
Margaret Avery is phenomenal.
Yeah, like you just, so yeah, no, you're right. And that is, it's kind of like you said, like, okay, so she won it for Ghost, but it's like, that story was cool, but it wasn't, Color Purple is something that's lifetimes, like, that's not, yeah, that's generational. You can't,
Because my mom watched that movie. I watched that movie. My daughter watches that movie. Like, it's a good movie.
It's a good movie. It's a really good movie. It's really.
I mean, Ghost is cool, but like it's kind of corny now that we watch it because like the technology is not there, like the spooks.
Yeah, the
like,
spooks.
You know, the spookies,
no, growing up, I was shook on spooks. I was so scared. I used to sleep be like.
But it is relatable though, because that essentially is what happens.
Yeah, that is wild.
But what was I gonna say? Talking about characters that kind of get not typecast, but like you remember them so well from doing shit. You know, as cool as handsome as he is, I can't stand him. Is Michael Ealy. You know who that is? For throwing them babies off that building and for Color Girls.
That was a bad one. I could. You know, so crazy. I watched that movie one time and never did again.
I watched that movie one time. It took me years to watch it.
Yeah, it's taking me some time to watch it. I can't watch it.
That movie, and then there was another movie that he played a crazy guy. Like he was a crazy guy.
You gotta stop playing crazy people.
No, he don't too good. That's
you gotta chill. You gotta chill. You gotta chill. You gotta chill, baby Case. You gotta chill, cause
he do it too good. He do it too good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Nah, that's crazy. I actually when I found out they was actually creating a Color Girls movie, I was so excited because when I was younger, when I had to get into high school, I wanted to go to LaGuardia, so I had to do a monologue. And the woman that was helping, it was two women. It was a black woman and it was a white woman. Her name was Mary and the other one name was Kelly. No, her name was Rosemary. And the other woman, her name was Kelly. And she was like, you're going to do this role. And it was it the woman in red? I had to do that. And I swear, in middle school, I don't know nothing about that. But they really tried really hard for me to work that. And I did. So when I seen the movie.
Which character was that?
I think the woman in red was the one who husband was doing. I think it was that one. Yeah, the husband.
Janet Jackson's character.
Yeah, Janet Jackson.
Oh no.
Now I could do that, bro. Cause I would read. It's like some of that stuff that was a good monologue, but that was like if you at that age could get that monologue and understand, then yeah, I would have been in that.
It's like people would always tell me growing up, like, oh, you should be on TV, you know, like you should be on TV or you should like do modeling or something like that. And I'd always say to myself, like, oh yeah, that sounds fun, but like when it comes down to it, acting. I can barely remember what I'm thinking, let alone memorization of something. Like, I will never say the same thing the same way.
Yeah.
Ever. And I give it to people that have the ability to do that.
I used to do it because they had me in talent shows. The after school programs I went to, they had me in talent shows. They had us doing constantly drama. I was constantly in drama class. And it was fun. I really did enjoy it. I just got tired of when they gave me the corny roles. Like, why would you give me Jan from Grease? So I'm eating Twinkies all day. Like, the Twinkie girl, Jan was funny, but I'm like, come on, y'all. Don't do that to me.
I've never seen Grease.
You never seen Grease?
No.
Oh, man, girl.
No, I've never seen it. I know of it. I know the songs because they're popular, but I've never like sat and watched Grease to know the story. I know. This is
a little girl fell in love with a bad boy.
Yeah, I know Sandy's the good girl and he
played Danny. He was technically the bad boy, but he wasn't even the bad boy because when he met her, he was all goody two shoes, and then went back to school playing a role and knowing darn well he's not about that life. And it's just like
watching that.
Yeah, it was cute or whatever.
But I do know Grease songs because we'd have to sing them in school.
Yeah.
And that was like...
Yeah, it was interesting to do that. We did that show. We did that play, like, in those scenes for a long time in my after-school program to the point where we did talent shows for it, got awards. It was cool. I just got tired of playing Jan. I'm like, because she didn't even have that many lines. Like, she didn't have that... What? Like, how can I showcase what I could do? Y'all got me playing Jan. The only thing everybody got hyped about was they gave us candy cigarettes, and I learned how to blow the smoke out of it, like the powder. So I was like, oh my God, she's really smoking. Okay. All right. But it was fun. It was fun. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
I think that everything...
Yeah, we got...
Well, and this is pretty much
This is how we're gonna be,
Yeah.
y'all. We'll talk about, like, we're really not gonna be shy on what topics we're gonna discuss. Like, it's very raw, real, no hold back, you know, and just being, of course, having some tact when discussing things, but really discussing things. Now, if you have a specific topic you want us to
I would
discuss,
love to hear what you all want to hear.
okay,
What you want us to talk about.
yes,
Because I'm always like that.
word, we will
I always
definitely share what we
find
have to think about it.
inspiration that way.
Word. So, you know, the email will be in our bio where you can send any, you know, topics you want to discuss or want us to discuss and, you know, pinpoint and we'll get to it. Just know you asked us and we're going to tell you. Okay? All right?
Like, don't get shy.
Don't be, okay? And then whatever we say, remember, you asked us. So, thank you for joining us, and we will see you guys next time, all right? Deuces Boogie.